Previously, if the user wanted to create geometry based on contiguous bezier sections, they would have had to use the shape tool the shape placement tool, configure it to place a bezier section, do that multiple times, and then manually connect them together. I've made that process easier by writing another placement tool. So I select the new tool now, click drag. So as we can see, clicking and dragging makes things a lot easier when new geometry based on contiguous bezier sections is what you're after. Like the previous placement tools, the new content could be a conventional child of something that already exists, or it can be used as an opacity fill, a generic fill for the body or the line of some existing geometry, or a mask. I'll show one of those now actually. So let's create a new document. Let's drag out an image. So we'll leave that image selected and we'll use the same tool, but the tool knows now that it's creating an opacity fill, and we'll click and drag. So as you can see, the geometry that we're creating is impacting on the opacity of its parent, because the tool knows that the new content is an opacity fill. So there's an example of a different way that the new tool can be configured to still create geometry in the same way, but the new geometry is used in a different way. The new tool also supports clicking rather than click dragging. So if I click and click, I get new contiguous bezier sections, but these sections are lines. So a click means create me a line section, as opposed to a click and a drag, which means create me a curve section. These line sections are still beziers, so you can click on them and drag them around and so on. Oh yes, and this new tool could also be used to update existing geometry. So you could go to something that you had previously created. So if we go back to this, select that, and you can continue from either end of the contiguous set of Bezier curves. So we'll continue from the beginning of this one section that we placed there using the shape placement tool, and we'll continue like that. So you can continue to add to previously created geometry. So in summary, there is a new placement tool that allows you to create new Bezier section, contiguous Bezier section based curve based geometry. The new content can be a child of something that already exists, or a fill, or an opacity fill, or a mask. The new content could also be line sections as opposed to curves. Yeah, and there will also be a more general freehand placement tool, which will allow the user to draw anything they like, and I will fit curves to that input. But that's going to be another placement tool, and I'll be working on that one next.